Welcome back to Everyone Loves My Mother, a podcast
About me.
Exactly. And a little bit about me, Alice.
You could say Alice is in her wedding outfit, you're in your divorce outfit.
You're like you're going to the solicitors and you're going to sign the papers.
I wouldn't wear this to a solicitor's.
Are there any things you would look for in a man?
Kindness.
A pulse? So is the inspirational advice from this podcast, just get divorced?
Just get divorced.
Serena is actually the only other person I would have married.
Still time, Tom.
If you're still here and
Mum,
if anyone
Mama.
is, you just interrupted. You said to me, we've got to not interrupt each other. So I was talking. Okay. So if any of you are still listening or watching, we're going to talk to you today about, Mum.
Marriage.
You're allowed to say more than that now.
No, we're going to put out marriage because that's what we've been told to talk about, isn't it?
Well,
and I've had to.
Yeah, you've been through quite a lot of
So,
marriages.
I mean, there was a competition once again. I might win on this one.
I'd say that's losing.
I don't know.
We are also, I have someone nervously in the room, looking very nervous, because Tom is in the room and he really wants everyone to know that he is the producer.
Yeah, he's not just your husband.
No, he's here and it's been written in the show notes.
Yep.
And also, when I was in hair and makeup, he came in and said, I'd just like you to, just to remind you, I'm called the producer. So we are saying that Tom is the producer.
He is the producer.
The producer. If
Can
anyone
I-
was just unsure, he's the producer.
Who are we again? We like the stars?
You're
The
the star, Mum.
hosts.
You're the star and I'm just...
You're the co-host.
Oh, the co-host.
And you need to introduce each other.
So I'm Alice, Naylor-Leyland.
And if you don't know, I'm Serena Fresson, and the podcast is named after
You.
me.
It's all about
and
you.
I am Alice's mother.
Oh, this is a good time. Can we say the quick story about the stage mum moment?
No, what's that?
So we were filming our autumn. We haven't said this, have we?
yes.
We were filming our autumn collection.
Nightmare.
It was a nightmare. No, it wasn't a nightmare.
Well, you didn't hold the turkeys.
We had to hold some really, really
Who held the turkeys?
horrible looking turkeys.
We had a turkey handler.
And we had a turkey handler, and I was offset doing something else, and Mum was waiting with the turkey and the turkey handler before we were going to go and shoot this turkey, not kill it, shoot it, take photos of it, film it. And
This woman came up to me and said, I said, oh, hello, I'm Serena. I'm Alice's mother. And she said, are you her real mother or are you her stage mother?
Stunt mother.
And it's sort of held with me a bit because I wonder whether I would be able to slip into that role, like
Yeah.
stage mother.
no, I
'Cause
think it has to be the real mother.
Okay, I am your real mother.
Serena, you are mother to us all.
Good, great, lucky you.
No, you're an icon and a star
Anyway,
and a
what's
legend.
happening today?
We're going to talk about marriage, but
And-
first of all,
First of all, we're going to talk about what we're wearing.
you go. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about that because I know I've let the team down, and for that I will apologise. And for any of you who are watching, you will understand why, because Alice is looking $1 million, and I sort of knew the themes, but then when I start to pack, I'm like, the theme for today, what am I going to wear? So I haven't really done the right thing. have
You
I?
could say Alice is in her wedding outfit, you're in your divorce outfit.
Yeah, you're you're going to the solicitors and you're going to sign the
I
papers.
wouldn't wear this to a solicitor's. I'm just saying, I have to tell the watchers, I'm just not going to play that game very much anymore. You can continue playing it because you look $1 million.
Okay, just say what you're wearing, Mum. Simple.
I'm wearing a shirt from Sezanne. Mm-hmm. Trousers, frame, slim palazzo. Love anything with the word slim that I can get into, and it's one of my favorites. My shoes from Alexandre Birman in New York, and my bracelet from ME+EM.
Yeah, you wear those most weeks. So same bracelets.
Yeah,
last
so
week and
basically
same
I'm wearing the
shoes.
same things.
I can be a bit quicker than
Yeah,
that.
so
As
what are you
ever,
wearing?
I'm wearing a self-portrait dress, which
beautiful.
I really love. I think actually so clever, really good price point. It's a kind of cream boucle dress. It's got a belt.
Sparkly. It's quite sparkly, isn't it?
It's quite sparkly for me. And,
like
but
the
it's all-
opposite of what I'm wearing.
It's all attached, which is
is
quite
it?
nice. Yeah, it's not. And then I'm wearing my favourite Manolo Mary Janes, but I haven't had a leg wax in kind of 2 months, so don't.
I like
zoom
your
in.
nail varnish colour. What's that?
No idea. Big apple red. So we're going to talk about marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and I think what's quite nice is we both have two very different stories
That's
and
true.
journeys. I hate that word.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you is kind of interesting, and maybe you can share that with.
How much can I share?
Just share. I think there's a way to not let some people listen to things.
Is there you can
Like
hide
on
a
Instagram.
story?
You can. I'm sure you can hide podcasts. Yeah.
Okay, well then okay, let's settle in, everyone. Buckle up. So basically, I was married to Alice's father, who I was very in love with at the time, and he decided he probably wasn't in love with me that much.
Not so much.
Not at all.
Not at
I
all.
think. So I would
Maybe a little bit?
I'm not even sure now. To be honest. I'm not sure. But anyway, I will say this. We had a fabulous wedding. We got married in 1984 in St. Moritz at the Suvretta House.
You arrived on a sleigh.
And you know what the message here is? It really doesn't matter, because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Do you know
So
what the
don't go too big.
Do you know what the message is here?
Yep.
Don't arrive at your wedding dressed as Father Christmas on a sleigh.
I didn't come as Father Christmas. I was wearing a dress by Belleville Sassoon.
You can't ski, so it's a funny place to choose to get married.
Who cares? I guess 50% of people who go to St. Moritz can't ski. I mean, I literally drove ski instructors absolutely mad. I'd go down every season, because we go for a month at a time, and I'd go into the ski room and they'd all put their heads down like, who's she going to get this year?
I'd say the percentage is quite a lot higher than 50% of who can't ski in St. Moritz. But anyway, moving on.
Didn't you once not get off the chairlift?
Yeah, I went round. I didn't like the look of the slope. Just kept going round and went back down to the bottom. I had great ski wear. Anyway,
So you got married in 84?
Got married in 84. And, I did love my husband, but he had other plans, which I wasn't aware of. And how do we say this? He had other plans that he had put in motion when I was pregnant with you.
Before I was born.
And so we lived in Geneva, and he rang me up and said, look, I'm terribly sorry.
Where were you?
In New York. We were in New York.
And how long after the marriage was
A couple
this?
of months.
So I was 2 months old.
Yeah.
No, you mean a couple of months after the birth?
After your birth, yeah.
Fine.
He just said, I'm really sorry, I don't feel like being married anymore. And the problem was, he didn't feel like it because there was someone else he felt like being married to more, which I didn't really fully know.
And the
at all.
question is, when he called you,
Yeah.
when you were holding a baby who was 2 months old,
Yeah.
did you have any idea that was
I
coming?
had no idea.
See, that's
I had no
hard.
idea. And it was a shock and it was appalling. But I was 26,
Yeah.
looking on the bright side of life. And I mean, imagine, I wasn't that thin. I got very thin, slim.
Divorce
And-
does do that here.
Huh?
A perk of divorce.
A perk, it's a great...
Something to look forward to,
It's
darling.
it's like a really good tummy bug. But the thing is that it was very painful, very difficult. I know you struggled a lot,
I
Alice,
didn't.
and you remember me crying a lot. And I was in deep shock, but he had set me up. I mean, there was a house all of a sudden in London. And actually, I do feel that God smiled, everything is for a reason, and we wouldn't be in this room now had this not happened. And so it was very difficult.
Did you ever fight to get him back? Or did you just say yes?
I thought he would come back. I couldn't really believe it, but I didn't know that there was another woman who, by the way, I have become very good friends with. I admire her, and I'm very, very fond of her. And I see your father when we need to, and I have no angst against him because I was single for 7 years.
Single. That's an interesting way of saying
Seven busy years.
it. That's like a gateway.
Here we go. Now, the good thing is this podcast is about marriage.
Not boyfriends.
No, not
Well-
boyfriends, but I was unmarried for 7 years.
So give us some advice. How do you, at 26 years old, you're left with a 2-month-old red-headed daughter
Yes.
who's a little bit of a blocker to your dating life?
She was a blocker, but I took that was a good blocker because I would measure people. If anyone showed an ounce of negativity towards you, or that, that's a bit irritating, that, this happens and the nanny's not here or whatever, that person was out.
Culled.
So
you basically just, there's no Tinder, there's no...
no, there's no Tinder,
There's no
and
Raya,
I
what's
can't,
called
honestly,
Raya?
I can't even remember. But I
But
had...
you just met people, you were 26,
yeah,
you
I
were
had
gorgeous.
great friends.
You
and
had...
I was very slim.
Anyway, but give us some advice. How do you start dating after a divorce?
No, it's very, very difficult. I don't envy anyone trying to do it. And I was deeply shocked and I was troubled and I was very, very brittle for a long time. And we're not going to talk about therapists, but I did go and see I think he was a psychiatrist actually. I went about 3 times. And all he did say to me was, you have to learn to trust again. And that is probably the hardest thing to do when someone has, basically
That's
taken
really
all that
interesting.
away.
You've
So
never
yeah,
told
to
me
learn
that.
to trust and to take a risk. And I was very lucky.
But
And
you were, I think also, I find this interesting because a lot of times I sit, next to people at dinner and they say, oh, how old are your parents? How old are you when you got divorced? And I say 2 months and they're like shocked. But really, if you're going to do it, just do it at the beginning.
It is, I have to say, I do feel very lucky. I
For
was
the
very
wife,
lucky.
you have your whole life ahead.
Yeah.
And for the child, you have no memory of your parents together, so you
Yeah.
can't miss anything.
Exactly.
So is the inspirational sort of advice from this podcast, just get divorced?
It is really.
It is
just
actually.
get divorced.
No,
It's
I'm
like,
not even
just
joking.
do it. It's
I've
like
coached-
Nike might want
I've
to
coached
speak
a
to
lot
me
of
now.
my friends through divorce, and they all come to me because they know what happened to
So you
us.
tell all your friends to get divorced?
I say, if you're going to do it, if you're literally saying that you want to get divorced and you've only been married for 2 years and you've tried couples therapy and you've tried to work it out, like, being in an unhappy home must be worse.
I think it is.
We had the
But
happiest time.
We had a really happy time. But I will
We had a
say,
great time.
no one is perfect. I mean, Tom obviously is perfect.
We're going to talk about Tom later.
We'll
Don't
talk
worry,
about Tom
it's
later.
not
But no, I think
So
it
you
was
had
difficult.
7 years.
And also, in those days, now lots of people are divorced. It was very unusual to be
Really
divorced in
interesting.
1986. But
Only you and Henry VIII.
yeah, only me and Henry, and we didn't have much in common, or I couldn't get in touch with him.
So
It's
7 fruity years.
7 years.
And then there were a couple of options.
Well, why don't we talk about your marriage now? Are we going to keep talking about me?
we can go
I know
into
we have
mine.
these show notes.
We
here
can go
should,
into
but
mine,
why
but then
don't
we want to
yours? We
hear
go
your
back to my marriage
okay,
one
fine.
later. So, when did you meet Tom, the man of your dreams, who's in the room?
Man of my dreams.
The producer, sorry, in the room.
Yeah, the producer.
The producer. When did I meet my producer?
Were you looking to go out with a producer at the time?
I was not. I'm still not. Although I can tell you, actually, skiing with your videographer is quite useful. It's a new, got these really good videos. I was like, this is great.
I'd like to marry to a hairdresser if that was the case. Yeah.
Actually, good point. Better than videos. I met Tom when I was 16 years old, which is bonkers. That's 3 years older than my eldest child. We met at a party through a mutual friend, and we just kind of immediately became friends. And at my 17th birthday, he came for dinner. And there were like 20 of us.
But you didn't start going out. And I think that's the sort of secret. It's all about timing. When you can meet the right person, but perhaps they're not the right person because the time is wrong. But you met Tom and you didn't go out for
4 years,
Yeah.
5 years, from 16 to 21.
We were friends.
We were friends,
That's
but we
lovely.
weren't really. Like, let's be honest. Tom, like, I know this sounds arrogant, but I'm just going to say as it is, he did fancy me.
Later
Did you
on,
not fancy him?
Tom, you wrote a song about me.
3 or 4 years later.
Every time I'd sit down, you put your hand under my bum.
Jesus.
It's true. I remember the dress I was wearing when you did that.
You can
Tom
say
was
anything
like
you want.
on the way back from a country weekend, and my friend Mary was on the train or plane or wherever he was with him, and they played Chuck, Go to Bed with Mary.
I think it has another name.
I know, and I'm trying to be good. And basically, in front of your then girlfriend, you chose me. And you did. And my friend Mary called me from the loo and was like, he really loves you.
Oh.
And then I went to another party and my friend Lucy sat me down and was like, he's really in love with you. And then, can I say the really saucy bit?
No.
Please.
No.
Okay, well, somehow someone found out that next to his bed, there was a picture of me on his wall. So it's really mum's welling up. So I kind of realised at that point, and the person who told me was actually seeing
And what year
him.
was this?
How
old were you
I
then?
was 21.
Right.
The person who saw me was actually seeing him, and she said, he's yours. Like, he really is in love with you.
Oh, really?
So I then decided, he then went walking up some big mountain somewhere, in Kilimanjaro or...
No, it's
Everest.
Everest.
Yeah, Everest.
Not
And-
to base camp.
You went to base camp, and I think with all the
I was in-
altitude, he
I was in Nepal.
Facebooked me and he said, I love you on Facebook. And we had never even
I don't believe that I necessarily said
I've
that.
got the proof.
Let's
and
print it
then,
out.
Damn you, Facebook.
And then anyway, to cut long story short, when he came back from Everest, it took quite a long time, but we started holding hands. And Tom then decided to play it really cool and we would go out for dates and nothing would happen. And
I don't
Yeah,
think
and
we ever
then-
went on a date.
we did.
No, because I think I've been asked this in America, by the way, and I think that my idea of a date was you came to stay with my family for the weekend in the country.
No, I remember the restaurant. It's called Wild and Honey or something. Anyway, that's not interesting. Yeah, so we started then dating when I was 21 and we got married when I was 24.
You did. And that was an interesting time. That wedding was an interesting time.
Mum, you just paint things.
No, I didn't know paint needed here. But it was an interesting time. You were 24.
Yeah.
You were very young. You
Yeah,
had a
I
beautiful
would
dress.
be much worse now. So let's just...
I know. You were a beautiful dress by Phillipa Lepley.
Are you suggesting, Serena, that Alice embodied a certain Japanese monster from cinema?
No, but no, we had fun. We had a beautiful wedding at home.
You're not saying that she was Bridezilla?
No, we had a few moments, didn't we, Alice?
No, I think I could have been so much worse.
You definitely could have
At
been
24,
worse.
you have no idea about your wedding. People, it's really weird. They ask you questions. They're like, and would you like a cummerbund? And would you? And you're
You
like,
didn't know what a cummerbund was.
I
You
didn't
didn't
know-
know what a peony was. You didn't know what a...
I didn't know
Darling,
anything. I was a child. I'd left
Alice-
uni about a year ago.
Let's face facts. The wedding planner is probably in therapy. In fact, definitely
Well, the wedding
in therapy.
planner, I do remember,
The guy will
actually
never
remember
recover.
if
He'll never
he's-
recover.
He is and was absolutely lovely, called William Bartholomew. And you were very sweet at the wedding. You went up to him and you said, I want to thank you for everything you've done. And I'd like to apologize. You did.
Well,
And I remember him going, how nice.
Do you know that's similar to what
It's
I
true.
say to you every night before I go to bed? I say, I love you and I'm sorry.
For whatever I may have done
I
today.
wish you'd known what you were sorry for.
Anyway, it was a beautiful wedding.
It was. But we've met Tom. We've got married. Let's go back to you. No, we could not go back to you. And we could stop and talk about our meltdown.
Your moment or meltdown of the week.
You do yours.
Okay, mine was so easy. My meltdown was not having any heating or hot water for a week. And my moment was having it back on.
Oh.
That's
it.
interesting.
I don't need to elaborate. Yours.
Yeah, I mean, that people
It's
are
not interesting. They've lost listeners now.
Serena, I stayed at your home last night and it was very nice and warm.
Yeah, I could wear a swimming costume now. I'm so
Well,
it's pumped
I-
up now.
I hope you will.
I think for the future, we should think about things that our viewers are going to be actually interested
Got
in.
lipstick coming back in stock.
Well, I mean, that's not interesting to anyone that you didn't have heating. Like, I don't mean that rudely, but you're going to have to prep
Well, maybe
your-
my life isn't. Will make my life more interesting.
do more, go out more.
Take me skiing.
Okay.
There's a show.
My moment of the week was a very dear friend of mine enabled my 6-year-old son to meet Claudia Winkleman, and
He was beside himself.
It makes me tear up. He was just so, he couldn't believe it happened. He's obsessed with traitors, and they had tea together, and she couldn't have been sweeter, more engaging.
You said she was
kinder.
charming.
She couldn't believe how much Felix knew about traitors, and he bought her chocolate.
She's a saint to talk to a 7-year-old for 50 minutes.
She was 54 minutes. It was. We left, and I was like, wow. It was like kind of 3:54, but she was just adorable, and that was a major moment.
Major moment. And what about the meltdown?
Well, I think I'm only going to do the moment.
I think that's very good.
I might have eaten quite a lot of cheese fondue, but you know,
It's not showing. It's not showing.
It'll be
You've
good for
had
me.
many meltdowns this week.
What? Maybe Tom should do my meltdown of every week. What
Yeah,
was my
that's a good idea.
Yeah, what's my meltdown of this week?
Too many to remember.
Anyway, marriage is going great, guys.
Yep.
So
Now
let's go back to, so you do quite a lot of dating in your 7 years, and we're now
Market research.
You're now like 31, and you meet.
I meet my current husband.
Great, current. Oh, that sounds like there's going to be another guy.
Current.
No, I'm never remarrying. No, never.
If you're
ever,
listening.
ever. Anyway, my current husband, called Michael, who had never been married, and he was 47.
Wow.
And he, I have to say, struggled with the idea.
He was 47 when you met him, or 47
When we got
when you got
married.
married? Wow.
And he'd never married. We got engaged in Palm Beach, and we kept looking at rings in Palm Beach. I thought he was completely wasting my time. I went up and down that lovely road. What's it called? Worth Avenue. And I said to him at dinner one night, "You're just not going to do this. I can tell you, you're wasting my time." And he put the ring in my glass of red wine. And then he said I'd behaved so badly. He took it away, and I was only allowed to wear the ring when I was abroad.
But were you not going to choke on the ring?
Well, I would have. Well, he probably would have liked that too. Anyway,
So husband proposes to wife.
Yeah.
Wife chokes, dies.
dies. Well, no. Anyway, so he said I had behaved bad, and so I was only allowed to wear the ring abroad. Then I said, "Well, when are we going to get married?" And I had your dress made from Anthony Henry, a beautiful shop in London, which no longer exists, and I had a Chanel suit for myself in pale blue. Dig out a picture of that, and we had 5 false starts. I had invitations engraved.
So you had a date set.
5 times, and 5 times
And
he
how
pulled out.
over how many years did that
Over
span?
about 18 months, 2 years.
Wow.
And at one point, I'd had these invitations made, and I rang up the gentleman who owned the company, who I was a friend with. I love stationery. I said, "Oh, Nigel, where are my invitations?" And he sort of put me on hold, and Michael had called from skiing and cancelled them.
Where did you meet this miracle man?
He owned a hotel called Number 11 Cadogan Gardens, and we lived at Number 97 Cadogan Gardens.
So what, you met him on the street?
No, I was introduced to him by an ex-girlfriend of his who was Australian. It was a nightmare. I mean, literally, I would get dressed and I would say, "Are we getting married today?" And he'd say, "I'm not sure."
You mean you must have really loved him?
I did. It's a crazy story, and
It does show a bit of craziness.
And
from that, doesn't it?
we went to see there was a gentleman called Howard Mumby he's probably no longer there at the Chelsea Registry office, and we would go and book in these appointments to get married.
Serena, don't say he's a coffin dodger.
I didn't want to say that, obviously, Tom. We'd make an appointment for the wedding on a week's time, and then we wouldn't turn up. And so the day we finally did it, Howard didn't show up. Because they're not coming, they're the no-shows. Wow. And I can tell
So
you,
you
my
had to go for
father
the
was
fifth time.
quite keen to find Howard that day. And then we got married.
But it has been a really happy marriage.
It has
You've
been.
done 30
years. We had
years.
3 other children, coming up for 33 years in April.
Wow. And how's the age difference?
We have 15-year age gap.
So you're older, are you, Serena?
I'm 15 years older than he is. He's still at school. But you're about to celebrate a big anniversary, Alice.
Yeah, we've done 15, if we get to it. It's still 9 days to go.
9 days to go. I think I mean, I wouldn't, if I was a betting person, I wouldn't bet a lot on it, because we've had, Hallmark. I would like to say that Hallmark occasions don't sit well. Oh, let's have a birthday episode.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst days of my life.
Tom doesn't believe in Hallmark days.
No,
so
he
that's
doesn't.
the problem.
But that is a problem.
Alice lives and breathes by the philosophy, it's my birthday, I'll cry if I want to.
That's just not true at all. I hate my birthday. I hate
We
the
know.
attention.
And
There are more
we've got
tears.
to do.
There are more
we've
tears
got to
on your
do a
birthday.
episode.
You're just mean.
We're not mean. We love you. We love you. We love you. But that was just one
You
terrible
should have a
year.
T-shirt. It's my birthday, and I'll cry if I want to.
Find
Anyway.
a husband who likes Hallmark days, people. That would be one tip.
What
Yeah,
is a Hallmark day?
Well, there you
Quite.
go. They're a card manufacturer, and they just make money from people's unhappy
Maybe
days.
there's your problem. I don't even know what it means.
Well, yeah, you should do, and you should learn about it, because we've got a big old birthday coming up, Tom.
15 years and 40.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the country if this is not celebrated appropriately.
Another tip is don't get married in March or in the month of your birthday, because there's so much. It's Mother's
Yeah.
Day, it's your birthday, it's Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
it's your wedding anniversary.
When would you think would be a good time? Like June?
Well, you're saying
Yeah.
don't get married the same month as your wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No, that was a joke.
don't get married the same month as
doesn't
your
make
birthday.
any sense, that joke.
It's not even funny.
It's not even a joke.
Producers-
Stupid thing. That's going to be cut.
The ratings have gone down, so
Yes.
the producer
Hi,
has
Mum.
joined.
It's all right, I'm here.
How was the transition of being
A woman.
single
Oh, sorry.
and then married with a new man? Did you trust him?
Yeah, I did. No, it's been a very, very happy marriage with 3 children. And I think, you just have to always look for a good person. I mean, your producer husband is a good person.
Difficult.
He's difficult. I mean, if he's hungry, he's a nightmare.
Yeah, he's difficult.
And what tips can you think for a happy marriage?
Food.
This is going to be interesting. I'm riveted, because I can't think of any.
I can think of loads.
Tell me.
I think you've just got to be like, stop getting cross about that, because he's never going to do it, or he's never going to change. Or you can ask and ask and ask about like little things or really quite big things that mean a lot to you.
They're domestically blind.
My husband will not know what year our children are in, let alone like not
2026.
Yeah, exactly. In school yet, let alone that they need to do homework. I'm not even going to go into the boring stuff. But I used to really mind that.
Yeah, and you've
now,
got to realise that's
you
not
just gotta
important.
be like,
It's not important.
They're
So
not.
you're- wait,
Well, it
wait.
is quite important.
Alice.
No, it's not. It's not. In the scheme of things, they don't need to know if they're in year 6 or 7 or 4 or
Which
2.
they should maybe know.
Wait,
No, they
Alice.
don't need to know.
So you're saying you're actually holding back a lot of anger. So you're actually less cross than you actually would naturally be.
Way less.
Wow.
I just am like water off a duck's back.
Water off a duck. Water
No, I really
off a
think that
duck's
that's
back.
the best thing.
That's
Stop
like
asking-
sleet off a snake.
Stop asking your husband to go to the swimming lessons with your child.
Water off a wolverine's back.
I think just like letting that go, and also then there's the tiny things like every night Tom leaves his drawers open every single night.
I know. I
And
mean,
for
and
15 or 18 years because we've been together
it
that
looks
long.
like you've been burgled your
Burgled.
bedroom.
But not my side.
No, his side.
And every night I used to be like, Tom, I love going to my room and the drawers being shut. And now last night, shut. And I almost feel good that I'm doing it.
And what?
And not getting angry.
On the producers, one of his great habits is the outside the room clothing habit.
Yeah, I don't
Explain
know why he does
that.
it's a just drunk thing, I think. He just gets changed outside
please.
the room. So his clothes, it's look like a ghost is like...
Because when we were first married, you said, if I've had a few drinks and I was coming to bed after you, you would say, you'd like me to not be noisy and get undressed in the room. So instead, you always asked me to get dressed outside, undressed outside.
Are you
And
that
so,
noisy at getting undressed?
Because of the sound of the shirt,
a great
the
example
shirt. So what I
of
did,
not listening.
No, hang on.
Because 12 years ago, I said, you can totally get dressed in the room. So now, whatever, hotel we're in, anywhere.
I know the other day
recently
in St. Moritz.
skiing, he just left all his clothes
In the
his
hall.
boxer
There was
shorts
actually
in the
another
hall.
guy in the hotel who remembers seeing my clothes outside the door.
It's really embarrassing.
And
So I think that would be a really good tip, to stop wanting something that you just...
Is unachievable. Yeah. But you've got to see these signs before you commit, because here is a golden moment. They're going to get worse.
Yeah.
Any small habit anyone has, I have, you have, magnified times 1,000.
Yeah.
As the marriage goes on.
I think the other thing is it's about the kind of people you are. So like some people just don't row, and maybe that works for them. But I think it's also good to like have that row and be like,
as long as you clear the air and it's gone.
It's as long as the air is
I'm
cleared.
not good at that. I hold things in.
Yeah, you do.
I'm hopeless. But
whereas I just
can't
get
help
it all out. We have our row, and I don't think that's bad. And I actually don't think it's bad for children to see that it's not like every day.
No.
Pure perfection. 15 years. I'm proud of it. Tom, what about your tips?
Yeah,
Any
Tom,
tips to
any
stay
tips? We'd
married?
love to hear about those.
Oh, wow. I find this whole episode quite sort of, what's the modern word of, quite sort of testing, triggering.
Traumatic, testing,
Yeah.
triggering,
Three
tremendous.
Ts. No, as much as I joke about it, I think that you're wonderful.
And you wouldn't be married to anyone else.
My tips on a marriage, basically selective hearing. And this is an awful thing to say, but when you say things to me, like there's a lot of information is coming, there's a lot of information, there's more and more, and then in it there's a little question like, could you get some, will you buy something? Like, okay, I remember that little bit, but the minute or two before that or after, and then I just have to, obviously I truly love you, but I have to filter out a lot of stuff.
That's why you forget to pick up the children and don't have their passports. And
Yeah, but my husband, I remember Michael, I'd give the children this lovely breakfast before they went to school. He'd take the children to school. He'd get to school. Beatrice or someone would say, "Oh, Daddy, I'm still a bit hungry." He'd go round the drive, round the roundabout and take them out. They never went to school. He'd take them for breakfast in Stockbridge.
You don't give me much good advice, but you gave me one bit of advice, more talking about yourself, but it always resonated with me.
Weight-related?
You said, make sure you sing from the same hymn sheet. And that's
true.
As much as Tom and I pretend, there's a bit of bravado and blah, blah, blah. I really we'll often have the same opinion about people, or the same opinion about
That is true.
what's actually even going on in the news, and I feel like that's super important. You
do
don't want to
have
marry
to-
someone who's like,
actually,
well, my kids want to go to forest school and teach themselves to paint.
Well, I'd like our kids to go to forest school to
No,
play
you
with
would- don't be
to
silly,
play with the
Tom.
elves.
No.
Yeah,
But I
well,
tell you,
to be
another
fair, they would-
great piece of advice I gave you was...
You've never given me advice, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I did. Was I think you should always marry someone.
This is hilarious. Wait for this, guys. This is
Pen and paper out. Everyone get ready. Fingers on the buzzer.
Yep.
No, I mean it. I think that you should always marry someone who you can sit down on a Sunday night and watch a television program together and enjoy it and laugh at it.
We definitely can't do that.
Mum,
That's not true.
that's
You
not
can.
true. You said it has to be also in your shared language. So
Well, I did, but people do marry people who speak different languages. Let's not be silly, Alice.
I know, but you're saying that it really needs to be like...
You just both need to find the same sense of humour.
Serena, are you saying that you can't enjoy a really funny sitcom from North Korea, for example?
I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that. Individually, you can say, well, you might want to watch... What might you want to watch? Trying. We like that. Watch
Trying
that
is
together.
very good.
Trying
But
is the best
you
thing I've
need to
ever
be able to
watched.
have...
Agreed.
And obviously, you have your own interests, but you
but
must
that's a
you
really
must be able to sit down and have a really good laugh
But
at the same thing. There you
And
go.
this
That's
is
it.
this is a really good point. Like, if anyone hasn't seen Trying, I think it's the best TV show. Like, I would put it even above Sex and the City. And I had to. It is about adopting children. So the prefix of it is like, what?
And you think, I know, I've told people,
Yeah.
they're like, I'm not
How would
watching
my
this show.
husband, it's particularly how would
Yeah.
Tom want to watch it. And we both sit there. We like
Gripping.
it so much that we are watching it now with our own children.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of thing, that to know that you have that shared
Yeah,
bond that, like
interest.
we both
Yeah.
find the same things moving or
I remember
important.
Michael and I once read a book together and we tore it in half so we could read it at the same time.
How
What?
to
we
work.
Wait, say again. You tore a book in half.
Yeah, because I'd read the first bit, then I gave him the first bit, so I read the second bit.
So he read the second bit first.
Clearly, I'd read the first bit of the book. I said, you're going to love this so much. So I tore the book in half and he read the first bit and I read the second bit.
just
I
to
can't remember the name of the
inform
book.
you, that's why you have bookshops and they do more than one copy.
Not when
you
you're
could
on
get
an
a second,
island in the Caribbean.
Yeah, you could have got a second copy.
So you read this second half first.
Is no one listening? You have a book.
It's the
I'm
stupidest
reading
thing
the
I've ever
book.
heard in my
read
life.
Mum, let's leave it
listen.
now. I want to. We're going to talk a little bit quickly before we go into
What about?
question o'clock. Working with your husbands because you've done that and I've
Yes,
done that.
I have.
I do that.
You do that, yeah. No, I did it from the moment we were married because he had the hotel, number 11. And yeah, I think it's good. I think it's fantastic. I think it is good to have some space. I'm very lucky because I come here and I have a few days away and he has a few days away from me. So I think it is actually a little bit of space is a good thing if you can
I think
have
my
it.
mother's subtly saying we need space.
No, I'm saying I get it. I
We
think
do
it's
need
great.
space.
I think it's great.
Yeah, working with your husband is hard,
Yeah, it is.
but it benefits just about outweigh.
Do you think they do?
Yeah.
Because he's a producer now.
Now he's a producer.
Is he
as
not
well.
a director too?
He's like a director. He's a videographer.
He's an editor?
Yeah.
We're just stars.
You're
No,
merely the hosts.
Talent.
Tom used to be more of my emotional support animal. He's not that
No, he's
anymore.
not.
What?
No, Daisy's that. No, you've gone a bit like Scary Bear, but that's fine.
Yeah, he's been scary today,
He's
talking about
been
cables
really
and
scary.
cables and
He
this
gets
and
away with it.
chargers.
Imagine if I talked like that. You
I
would
know,
be so
absolute
angry.
nightmare.
But no,
To do a podcast, you need cables.
I know, but
Well,
it's
it's
the
not
way
my
you
problem.
ask for things. But it's probably just about fine working with your husband.
And there's something in the notes here that says in-laws. Tricky or lucky?
You've been very lucky.
I've
I
been
was
very
very
lucky.
lucky.
So
My first husband's mother
was Cray Cray.
was great.
Hashtag she's dead, but Cray Cray.
She's
Your
dead.
grandmother.
Yeah, let's not talk about
Yeah,
that.
but do you remember when we got divorced, she wanted
She wanted the presents back.
yeah, the fish knives and forks back.
Can you imagine that? Her own son left my mother and she knocked on the door. I was going to have the wedding presents back.
Yeah,
Maybe
And
she was
then-
really keen on fish. And she was Italian.
she was.
This is your grandmother, Alice. So you are a quarter Italian.
I am. I don't find it. Can't really feel it in me anywhere.
You like pizza?
You like pizza? I was going to say the same thing.
Oh,
Tom.
there you go.
I quite like pizza.
I love pizza.
You know,
love
Serena
pizza.
is actually the only other person I would have married.
I
Still
know.
time, Tom.
If I die,
Hang on, we need-
I think there's a strong
There need to be
chance.
2 deaths.
Yeah, for this to work. Oh, then one's more likely than the other.
But if I were to die, I think that there is a strong chance. You wouldn't have a physical relationship, but I think you would be like, for
Come
the
on,
sake
let's
of the
call it a
children,
day.
let's just move in
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Honestly, totally happy to do that.
Yeah.
Tom could have like an Eastern European
No.
girl on the side somewhere.
Jesus.
Cut.
Well, a girl on the side somewhere,
Yeah.
and you'd be all happy.
Yeah, we'd all be happy.
I think if it became physical, I would be less happy. and
you'd be
happy.
dead, so it wouldn't matter.
Well, I might not be dead. Who knows? I might not be dead.
Anyway, let's answer the questions.
No.
Now
we
what?
were on in-laws.
Oh,
In-laws.
in-laws.
Tricky or lucky, Alice? You haven't talked about your in-laws.
I'm super lucky. And Tom always likes to try and push me in a corner to say I'm not lucky, but I have great in-laws. We get on super well, and it really couldn't be better.
So you're just saying it couldn't be better. That's it.
It couldn't be better.
I think
Remember, this is a long-form podcast. You can really go into detail here. Detail. Really get into the detail.
I think that both my in-laws and I have embraced that we have differences.
That's right.
And
We
that
are-
they're super cool about
Yeah.
the fact I'm super different to them.
How
and
so?
I'm sure I've disappointed them or some people that I don't do the things perhaps I should have done being married to Tom. But I think that they're just as happy that I do other
They are.
things.
I think they're accepting and they encourage you to be the person you are.
Do you know
They
why
are-
they are happy?
Why?
Because you're happy.
Because you keep me happy.
Yeah, well, I hope so. And
I
they
mean,
love
some
our
of the time.
children. And, it's actually great to have different people around you. And I learn from them. And, I do not have an overbearing mother-in-law. No, and I have a super cool father-in-law. He is very efficient, very
I remember when
organised.
you were getting married. Actually, I was constantly sort of infuriated by
You
you.
and my dad both love the same thing. Do you know what it is? Spreadsheets.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
You
but
love
I'm
a
just saying,
spreadsheet.
Tom,
You
you're,
kind of
you're
did marry
talking
your-
over me. I just remember with Alice when she was being a bit tricky about the wedding and wanting this, that, and the other, and Philip just said she can do no wrong. She can do no wrong.
And then when I'm 30,
right.
he said, you had to write one sentence about me, do you remember? And his was, so far, so good.
I'd forgotten that.
No, someone once said you married your father.
Well, you don't look like my father, but
I'd like to.
Well, I'm glad.
I
I
know,
love
I
my
can
dad,
see
but
that.
I'm glad.
I can see that.
I love my dad, but I'm glad you don't look like my dad.
He's tall, handsome.
You're not tall.
And male.
I'm quite tall.
You're not, Alice.
I'm
You're-
not sure.
You're many things. You're not tall.
Yeah,
You're
true.
many things.
I'm
Look at the size
medium.
of those heels.
Mum, I'm medium.
You're medium, but that okay.
Alice, you're
fair enough.
petite.
You're medium. You
Not
you
short.
don't go into that shop
5'6"
called tall
is
and
not-
tall or something.
5'6"
big and tall.
is not short. I'm
You're
not going
five-
to be told. I'm constantly
You're a little short, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But you're a big personality.
Yeah, big
and that's
personality.
why we're on the show.
You're the personality, Mum. You are the personality. Are there any things, quickly, before we go into question o'clock, that you would look for in a man?
Kindness.
A pulse?
I mean, a pulse. I mean, you know, Michael, for example, when I come here, in the morning, he'll go and turn my car on so it's warm.
I know, I don't have that. But you know what? Some people aren't attracted to that. Too kind is a bit ick.
No, he is very, but he's also, you know, a bit hopeless.
Treat him mean, Tom was like
No.
with me. Tom said he would never, ever pick me up from an airport. Ever.
I remember that.
Yeah, because I would get used to it, and he did not want me to get used to it.
Well, look at me now.
Not picking me up from airports.
Picture of kindness.
Yeah, you are, Tom.
But that's the things when people say, what do you look for? It is just, it's all about characters and yin and yang. And, so, you know, some people want someone who's just totally devoted and is washing their clothes for them. And
We've just got in our show notes that what do you think the divorce rate is?
40 to 42%.
You obviously have read them. But
No,
my
I'm just
point is, you know,
clever. Last answer on this before questions is that I really do believe that so much of it is luck, particularly if you get married early. I think that you roll a dice and you will grow either together through that marriage or apart. I'm a really good case study, and I could have married Tom and he could have been like, I do not want you to work like the lunatic you are. I do not want to have this kind of life. Then I would have had to go, Jesus, this just doesn't work at all, because I knew I wouldn't be able to just
because you
sit
were
there.
very young. So I think getting married a bit later is possibly advisable.
I think
'Cause you
I
know
wouldn't
more
want my children
who
to
you
get
are.
married at 24.
Yeah,
I would
I
really
agree.
advise to.
Even if I'd wanted to try and stop you doing anything, I could never have done that. And wouldn't.
But then
want
that's
to
why you might have
done
got divorced. I'm just saying that that's the luck. You're not going to
Yeah.
have a conversation with your husband and be like, listen, are you going to let me work like a lunatic and try and take over the world? You know what I mean? They're not going
that.
to
But
even.
you want to take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One tablescape at a time.
One teaspoon at a
But
time.
darling, just to explain you in history, actually telling people you want to take over the world is what Hitler said.
Oh my
you know,
God, why
like
would
you don't want
have
to do
him as a
that.
producer?
I don't know. A producer, quieten up. We're going to ask questions now. Let's
But I do think getting married actually a bit later, and also
Yeah.
live with them is a really good
very,
thing to
very.
do.
You got to untangle those Christmas lights together.
Yeah.
Yes, you
gotta
have to.
and throw some really big problems into the middle.
Yeah, huge
what would you say
problems.
would be a problem?
Wait, Serena, you're just asking what Alice would find a problem in marriage. I'll tell you one right now. Her birthday.
Yeah,
That's
Tom,
it.
as I said, there's a whole. You and I can do an episode on that, but let's
Yeah.
just get through the.
Should we get to the
birthday.
questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is from Chiara.
Chiara.
Have you done couples therapy?
No.
But perhaps sometimes we think we should.
You think I should?
Sometimes. I mean, I think Hallmark times I do.
Just, you're the biggest load of rot. You're
I'm not. I've said it to you. I said
you're
the whole.
so
I think.
lucky.
I
you
think there's
actually
nothing.
don't even understand how lucky you are that I have this kind of marriage. I'm not even 1% close to getting divorced.
No, I know.
And you're so. If I got
But darling,
divorced,
I
your
think-
life. Don't interrupt.
No, I
me,
know.
so
If you
would
got
be
to-
over.
I
so
would.
saying that I should go to couples
I would
therapy
move
is the-
abroad.
Yeah, you would move abroad. I mean, you're so lucky.
No couple therapy. No.
Alice, I love you, but I think we have to be honest with each other that I think we are at least maybe more, we're like at least 1% close to getting divorced. One or, like you said,
you
we're
might
not
be.
even
Well,
one.
42% close.
I'm not close to getting divorced. But I do think that this whole therapy thing, great idea. But part of me also is
Alice,
just
it's
like.
a very popular idea, and there are
No,
lots.
I just
would
said great
stop talking
idea.
about that now.
I just said great idea. But I also think maybe another tip is just keep on battling. Just keep on going.
Keep on
Fighting.
talking.
Fighting.
That actually, we
no.
haven't been to couples therapy, but what we do is we talk to each other, and I
Yeah.
think that helps.
Or
It
just
does.
be like, boom, we made it through another year. Let's not dissect our problems. Hold on, going back to this couples therapy thing.
Oh, God, here we
It is
go.
a wild idea that you can like choose two people and they're going to be happy for the rest of their lives.
42%
Like
not.
whoever made, Mum, not 42%, Mum.
Sorry,
68%.
60 No, not 60.
66. But at
Wait,
least
when are
I
we
got
doing the
right-
maths episode?
At least I got the right version. But I do think that is wild. Like, I
Yeah, it is.
really do think that, like, you can find these two characters. It is bonkers. And that's kind of why I mean, like, genuinely don't dissect it too much. Don't be like, I mean, Tom could sit for hours
Yeah,
and, like,
I know that whole thing.
grudge.
Chat.
Yeah, you know, chat off.
Perhaps-
Just keep going.
No, I think it's a
but,
good
But pro
question.
therapy if you need to. Sorry, next one.
More George or less war. Anyway, question 2 from Annie. Top 3 things most important in maintaining a long marriage.
Distance
Yeah, if you
Gifts.
And hearing loss.
and hearing loss. Don't buy them hearing aids. Stay away from that one. I've done that. Yeah. What are yours?
Well, mine's controversial, so should I say it or not?
Yep.
I mean, I think children
Oh.
is my... I really, really respect people who get married and actually don't have children, because I think it shows how unbelievably in love their two souls are. Like, I really mean that. Tom and I would not stay married without children.
You.
Children are, for us, the foundations of our marriage. Like, I really feel that. We've made 4 human beings that are half each of us. They're a quarter you.
I know. Don't
And
which
I
quarter.
find that kind of... That's,
I think we could be pretty happy without children. Imagine all the relaxing, you know.
Nope, not for me.
So I'm just here. I'm just the
You're the sperm donor.
Okay, once again, that's another... yeah.
No, but I feel like genuinely there. Anyway, that's my... I don't even
Okay,
have 3
great.
tips. I think children are...
Okay, next
for me,
question.
marriage is children in there.
Yeah, final
Fine.
question from Raela. How do you deal with competition or jealousy from other women?
Don't have any.
I don't really...
I'm
Tom,
not aware of it. It's a good question, obviously, Rafaela, but Raela.
haven't seen much of it.
I know, I'm not aware of any.
Alice,
Well, actually,
crushing.
To be fair, I could open a door here.
No, I don't
No?
think you
Okay.
need. Well,
I could
okay.
tell you the people that have hit on you.
What? No,
2 people.
No.
No,
No, say the names. And
No.
also, I don't think.
I'm
Riz-
not going to say the
no
names, but they
one-
have something in common.
No one's interested in me.
They were both men.
Jesus.
Really?
It's true.
Now that does
I let-
not surprise
I let
me.
Tom go out in New York once when I was doing my IVF.
That is true.
And he said this girl was giving him like a lot more attention than he'd noticed.
so
and
interested.
She was a model, really beautiful. And then Tom was like,
Yeah.
I better go because actually she's, really quite interested. And the next day our dear friend was like, that was Teddy, who used to be called Edward and was a man. And then it happened again the other day. Yeah, this girl was really interested. And I came over and I was like, wow. And she had like huge boobs and she was really beautiful. But I'm just like, Tom, you want to up, then try. But it's a mistake.
Anyway, it's an unfortunate coincidence that the
it's the end
two
of the
beautiful
podcast.
models of the last few years who have shown an interest in me
Have been
both
men.
have turned out to be men. Anyway, what's happening next week?
Next week, we're going to talk about how we've gotten older together, aging, but not beauty. We're going
We're
to
going to
really
bring some
talk
beauty
about.
in. We always are.
Do you know what it's about? It's what
No.
you've learned. It's your
Yeah,
wisdom
it's
as you get
wisdom.
older.
I think there's a lot that you change. You've changed a lot since I've known you. I've known you for quite a long time now.
Anyway, that's next week.
That's next
So
week.
see you then.
See you then. Bye, Pama.
Bye, Pum. Thanks
And-
for watching, Mum.
Bye.
Bye.